Yesterday I reviewed Shaun of the Dead. Continuing on the Cornetto trilogy, it's time to review one of the best buddy cop movies ever made. Like seriously, when people talk about like Lethal Weapon and Bad Boys and all these famous like cop buddy movies or whatever, they always forget the one of the best ones ever, Hot Fuzz. Like no one ever talks about this movie, seriously. But it is my least favorite in the Cornetto trilogy, I will admit that. Hot Fuzz. This movie is directed by Edgar Wright and is written by Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright, whatever. And this movie is about Simon Pegg. He's a star. He's back in it, and this movie came out in 2007. I remember when this movie came out. I was allowed to watch it for the longest time. Either way, Simon Pegg, he's this really good cop. Like, he is the best cop there can be. He follows every rule. He does everything right. He's a great shooter, fighter. He is perfect literally at everything. And he works in the city, whatever, and guess what? He's so good, he's making all the cops look bad. They literally say that. The chief of the police literally says, "You make us look bad because you're so good." So they literally send him out into the country, whatever, into the small town, whatever. He teams up with Nick Frost, whatever, and then there's a murder going around and he's gotta figure it out. I'm just gonna say this right here. I like Shaun of the Dead more. I do. I personally like Shaun of the Dead a lot more. Shaun of the Dead is just more entertaining to me to watch. And if you haven't noticed, I made a web series. It's called The Walkers. I'm actually more of a fan of zombies than police officers. But either way, this is not a bad movie at all. This is an awesome movie, and I just gotta say this right here. I said it in my Shaun of the Dead review, and I'm gonna say it again. Edgar Wright's directing is just great. I love his energy directing. He's literally, there's one scene where he just arrested someone, whatever, and he's literally doing paperwork, and it's zooming quickly, and the editing is great, and you can see everything. He's just literally writing stuff down, wiping his head, flipping a book, putting it in a case file, whatever, taking a picture of a person, and bam. It's like so exciting to watch. I love that stuff. I love Edgar Wright's directing. It's so freaking good in this movie. I love it. I love Edgar Wright. I love his directing, and I think it just really shines in this movie. I think in the first Shaun of the Dead is when he didn't have a bunch of money. He was like, "Yo, alright, let's just get some money together. Let's make a good movie." Turns out it's a mega hit. He's like, "Alright, let's do something else. Let's do a buddy cop movie." Because after you watch the movie, you can really tell there were like some guys, Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg, were sitting down. They were watching Point Break, Bad Boys, and pretty much every other Arnold 80s movie you could ever think of. Sat down, watched it, and was like, you know what, let's make a buddy cop movie, and let's make it super good, and let's make this like a complete version, making fun of action movies. And that is one thing I love of this movie. This movie is literally poking fun at action movies and cop movies and all this kind of stuff. Like, one thing for sure is the paperwork scenes. Every time in an action movie there's a big action scene, whatever, and police are shooting, whatever, and they kill the guy, and they're standing there with it's all sweating, a big explosion, whatever. You never talk about the paperwork, because in real life, police officers, if they even go through that kind of stuff, which not a lot, it doesn't really happen that much, if they went through that, do you know how much paperwork they have to go through? Well, this movie pokes fun at that. They're like, hey, we might be police officers, we might be in a car chase, but we have to do paperwork afterward. Like, for real, like, in the very end of this movie, like, there's a big action scene between just him and all the villagers, whatever. It's a big, great action scene, whatever. There's a car chase, all this kind of stuff. And at the very end, he's literally doing paperwork on every single person. It's just so clever writing. I love Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg's writing duo. They're so good together, and they need to do more writing with each other. I mean, I know they did this trilogy and all, but they need to do more. It's really just smart writing, and it's super funny. This movie is very funny. I personally do think Shaun of the Dead is a little bit funnier, but dang, do Simon Pegg and Nick Frost have great chemistry in this movie. It's seriously one of the best comedy police duos in a movie I've seen in a long time. Well, I mean, this movie came in 2007, so, but it's one of the best ones. Like, it should be mentioned in the best. It should be. I mean, I know Lethal Weapon had 4 movies. I know it had Bad Boys had like 2 movies and all kinds of stuff. I know 48 Hours had 2 movies. Well, this movie had 1 movie, and it felt like a solid friendship. Because, I mean, they are friends in real life. And I also very much love the scenes when you see the murder happen. Edgar Wright, he looks like he's filming a horror movie. It's just perfect. I like the scene where the murderer busts into the room and the people are drinking wine, whatever. He like grabs an axe and he chops the guy's head off. Now the blood sprays and the girl's like screaming. It's filmed like a classic horror movie, and Edgar Wright, I just love his directing so much. I love it. And I love how brutal this movie is. Like that scene where the murderer guy, he's pushing like the the church tower pointy thing, and it falls off, and it falls onto the guy's head, squishing the guy's head, landing in his body, and it's just literally squirting blood, and his body's like this, and he just falls over and blood just sprays. Well, continuing on the plot, everyone in the village has not seen a murder in like 20 years or something like that, and so everyone's like, oh, it was an accident, so they think everything is an accident. Like, the thing falling off and hitting the guy's head, it's an accident. The lady getting her freaking scissors in her throat, what is it, clippers, something like that, what is it called, bush clippers, whatever, her getting it stuck in her neck, that's an accident. The two people getting their heads chopped off and laying on the side of the road, it's an accident. Like, every police officer is so stupid. Even Nick Frost is dumb, but Simon Pegg is the smart one, and I have to say, Simon Pegg does a great job in this movie. He plays the role very well. I liked his character in Shaun of the Dead a lot more because it was more complex. This movie, he's one-noted, and he's like, I must do the right thing, I must do the right thing at all costs, and he does. The entire movie, he always does the right thing. I love that. And I will say the twist. I've been saying some spoilers, but I will spoil the twist. There is a twist in this movie, and the very end, you gotta find out who the murderer is. Turns out it's literally everyone in the village. It's everyone. Everyone's in on it. Even Nick Frost is in on it. All the police and everything. Every single person in the village, even the old people, are in on it. They are the murderers pretty much, and they're getting rid of everyone that they didn't like pretty much. It's really funny. Like, they got rid of everyone they thought were annoying and didn't like, and they want to be all happy and all. They want to get rid of everyone that's annoying. That's just... It sounds dumb, but it's really well done. And I love the scene where Nick Frost like stabs Simon Pegg, and it's like ketchup, whatever, and he puts him in the trunk. He's like, hee hee, and they stick together, and all the police come together, and I love the scene when Simon Pegg is on a horse. He comes through town. There was like an old western, and there's a big shootout between everyone. Simon Pegg, the old people, everyone. It's a huge shootout, and it's filmed so good, and it's Edgar Wright and just greatness. And there's a great car chase scene right after that, and I just love it. And a great fight scene on a freaking city model, whatever. And how the main bad guy gets like, well, he doesn't get killed. No one gets killed in the very end, actually. I noticed that watching it today. But I like how, like, in the very end, he gets stabbed like through his like neck, whatever, and into his mouth. It's pretty painful to look at, but it's Edgar Wright for you. Overall, though, I enjoy this movie very much. It's really one of the best buddy cop movies like I've seen, and it's one of my favorites. I do not like this movie as much as Shaun of the Dead or The World's End, but I do very much like this movie. Edgar Wright is just a great director, and Simon Pegg and Nick Frost work together so well in this movie. This movie's funny, has kind of horrific scenes, whatever, and it has some great action scenes. I enjoy this movie from beginning to end. I very much like it, and I am gonna give it an A. It's a very entertaining movie, and I think a lot of people should watch it. And if you were to do like a top 10 buddy cop movie, make this like number 9 or 10, or if it's your favorite, make it number 1. Just, this movie deserves to be in that conversation. I know Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, they're the top buddy cop, whatever, but Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, they deserve to have something on that list. Either way, guys, tomorrow I will be reviewing The World's End. Now, I did review The World's End when it came out in 2013, but if you watch that video, you might cringe, because I can't watch it because it's so cringy. Oh, how did you watch me back then? It was terrible. Like, I can't go back and watch those videos, so I gotta redo it. I gotta make a new review. I will leave that video back there, but I will do another review of The World's End, which will be out tomorrow. So anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoy this review, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!